Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the PartyPlex. I'm MJ, and today I am joined by.
I am Zen. Uh, to introduce characters as well.
Yeah, that's smart.
Uh,
I'm not good at this. I'll be playing TrickStitch today.
and I will be playing Lexy Lupine.
So I believe we start with Trick sneaking through the halls. She's pretty good at it. She, kind of weaves in and out of different objects, like those, the little like kitty play rocket things and
Trash
random
cans,
trash cans. Yeah,
vending machines. There's a lot of
vending
clutter
machine.
in these halls.
Stealth 100.
The stealthiest little rabbit. Uh, she got any particular destination in mind, or?
Probably just some other dumpster.
Mhm.
I have a feeling she's trying to like take a shortcut from one utility tunnel area to another without going for the utility tunnels.
Mhm. Yeah. Getting a little bit of time up in the nicer hallways while the partyplex is closed.
Yeah, just for variety.
Hmm. Yeah. But the partyplex being closed doesn't mean it's totally empty. There's all the night security guards and all the animatronics that live here.
Yeah, but those guys are chumps.
She's been hiding from them for years. Uh, so probably doesn't need to make a perception roll to notice uh, that there are some heavy animatronic footsteps coming down the hallway in her direction.
Trick dashes behind one of those little like baby buggy things, child strollers.
Hmm.
And crouches down and kind of peeks through the meshing to see who it is.
Yeah, and she sees the Partyplex's resident wolf, Lexy.
Ah, the blind one.
Hmm.
Trick kind of thinks for a moment as Lexi starts to pass by, and Trick is sort of like, well, she can't see me, and if I'm fast enough, she probably won't even clock my footsteps, so why wait? And with that, she decides to just run for it to the next object to hide behind, thinking that this will be a breeze.
Hmm. Do we want to roll stealth versus perception, or just
Uh,
have it?
we might not have a game if I try to roll stealth.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
she has a +7.
and Lexi has a 0 to perception, so yeah, we might indeed not have a game if we do that. So, uh, we will just automatically have it. So, Trick darts out at exactly the wrong moment. Lexi sort of pauses to like fiddle with a vending machine, I think, and so is perfectly still, and the sound of her footsteps does not cover up the sound of Trick's footsteps. Uh, so she whirls around and she's like, "Who's there?"
And Trick, not expecting this to go south so quickly, but lets out a little like high pitch and tries to sprint away faster.
Which, anyone who's supposed to be in the partyplex after hours would absolutely just identify themselves, so that's suspicious as hell. And, Lexi is going to take off running after Trick. Uh, probably yelling, "Hey, get back here! You can't run from me!"
Trick, who was not expecting this to go so horribly wrong so very quickly, forgoes any banter and just starts thinking and sprinting, like, where could I go to shake this wolf? And I think she would remember that there's still ongoing construction for the new attraction, right?
Mhm. Yeah, that's gonna take a little while.
So she's like, okay, if I weave through some construction zone, that has to shake a blind wolf, right?
You can try it.
So let's just, for the sake of ease, say that they're close enough to the eventual bumper car attraction for Trick to basically run in the door. And, I imagine, like, it's a construction zone, there would probably be, false walls and wooden
Yeah, there's probably
platforms
like
and
a barricade blocking the door off to the public and some caution tape. And then inside you have stacks of like materials, new like lumber, buckets of paint, stuff like that.
yeah. It'd be funny if that barricade, if there's a little, kind of hole. Imagine it's wood planks or something
Mhm.
that Trick kind of just dashes through.
Okay, but
Lexi, it's your time to be the Kool-Aid man.
yeah, I was just thinking like Trick ducks through a tiny hole in the barricade, Lexi smashes through the entire thing. Uh and she's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be back here."
Trick does not want to confront the wolf who just smashed through a barricade.
That's fair. That's fair. What is she going to do in this room?
I think if you would allow me, I haven't actually put any in her inventory proper, but I could probably do a hammer space roll for a stale pizza. I think she's gonna try to lob it at Lexi and then just run at one of those planks.
Okay. Yeah. Is that a roll to hit or a dex save for Lexi?
That is something that I real quick need to recheck. Doo-doo. Stale pizza. Okay, this is oh yeah. So hold on, I'll first do a hammer space roll just to see if she can actually.
Mhm. It would be funny if it fails.
Someone remind me, this is a 2d10 for hammer space, right?
Just a normal d10 for hammer space.
Okay.
All
6.
right.
Okay, so she gets it,
Mhm.
and she pulls out the stale pizza. And before she can make an attack roll with it, she has to make a con save. At least she also suffer its poison damage.
Mhm.
20 your con. Let's do the Constitution. Thanks.
Well,
Oh,
that you didn't even need that
no,
plus
that would actually
2.
be a 21.
I think that makes the save, huh?
Yeah. So she is immune to this gross pizza. And now she just has to make a ranged attack throw. And if it hits Lexi, she will suffer 1d4 poison damage.
Oh boy. I think like after busting through the barricade, Lexi is kind of standing in the door, sort of like poking around trying to figure out where this she assumes child went.
Pardon, I'm trying to figure out what is.
How to make a ranged attack? It's 1d20 plus your dex, I think.
Okay, thank you. You can tell I'm not usually in the combat.
Mhm. I have run so much combat lately.
Okay, +3. Let's see. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Oh. I imagine, like, Lexi busts through the wall, Trick startles, grabs the pizza, throws the pizza, and Lexi just hears and sort of smells just something rancid just whiz past her
Yeah.
in the air.
Just like sidesteps, and she's like, "Oh, great, now you're throwing stuff? What even was that, kid?"
Meanwhile,
Gross.
she can probably hear little feet now scampering up something wooden.
Hey, it's not safe back here, kid. And she will run over to where she hears the footsteps.
I remember, like, this little wooden plank, and so, like, Chick runs up it, and I'm gonna maybe do an acrobatics to see if she can, like, make a little jump to, like, another platform.
Mm-hmm.
What's your acrobatics? +5, you're very nimble. 16.
Not bad.
She runs, jumps, does like a cool little flip in the air, and lands on, another like stack of crates and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, there's no one around to see her cool little flip.
She does it for herself.
Mm-hmm. uh. Hmm. I'm trying to visualize what the situation is now. So Trick's like on top of a stack of crates.
Yeah.
Uh.
Like I'm kind of trying to make it like a little like Daredevil arena in a way. Like think going upwards with a gap in between it, and then another crate platform.
Hmm. Okay. I feel like Lexi sort of like walks over to the stack of crates that TrickStitch is on, uh, and is like keeping an ear out for more footsteps. As she reaches up and starts pulling down one of the crates. It's like she's not climbing up there to get you. She's going to make you come down.
I just had a funny idea.
Yeah.
Uh, what if Trick Stitch with the little tower she's on being disrupted? What if she hops onto Lexi's head and Remy Ratatouille style grabs Lexi's hair and kind of makes her stumble back?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say that would be an acrobatics.
Yeah.
15. Should you do like something to contest?
That seems like a good idea. I will maybe also roll acrobatics to dodge.
You are getting Remied.
Yeah, she's too busy trying to hold this crate and not drop it, and then feels something on her head and is like, ah, what are you doing?
That something has tiny little hands that suddenly start grabbing at her hair and pulling.
Yeah, she like drops the crate and starts swatting at whatever is on her head. Like, kid, no, you can't. Don't touch my hair.
Just Trick like the bounds off as the hands try to swipe her.
Uh, Could I have it so Lexi tries to like grab her as she tries to run away?
Yeah.
Uh, maybe like as a grapple check, so roll acrobatics to try to escape.
Okay, dokie. Mm,
You only have to beat an 11, so yeah,
True,
I think that does it.
true, because this is unstoppable little ball of chaos. I just imagine like Lexi trying to reach Trick jumping off at the same time, and just Lexi can just hear the little pitter patter of tiny feet running away quickly.
Oh, you didn't cause enough trouble here last time? You're still coming back to make uh to what? What's the point here?
No, that actually causes Trick to pause because Trick has realized this might be a case of mistaken identity. But the trouble is that Trick doesn't want to reveal her actual identity as a weird little entity living in the wall. So
Mhm.
she just kind of pauses and then just starts running again.
Yeah, and Lexi is chasing after her. Where is Trick headed?
Um, okay, with all the construction going on, do you think the vent still exists?
I think the vent still exists for sure.
Yeah. So that's probably Trick's intended destination.
I don't think
I
Lex
really go, oh,
I don't think Lexi can follow her in there, so
okay. You know what? Trick is running that way, but when she gets there, there's like a giant box just placed right where the vent would be.
yeah, big old crate of something blocking the way.
I bet like Lexi could hear like a cartoonish skid sound effect as Trick has to suddenly stop short.
Hmm. Uh, she might try and grab them again at that.
And I might give you or I'll give Trick disadvantage on this one since they were so surprised by this.
Yeah, they had to come to a total
Oh,
standstill.
I'm not sure Trick's getting out of this one.
Yeah.
First one already a fail. Second one, oh, I'm
It did not roll. You're missing the R.
yeah, I'm very good at my job.
12 also a fail. Yeah, compared to the dirty 20 that Lexi got, like Trick skitters to a stop and like tries to turn and find a different way to run only to see Lexi is there and making a grab for them. And I think it's really funny if Lexi is like aiming for like where a kid's shoulders might be and grabs Trick's ear, if that's okay. And just like,
Yes,
wait a second.
Trick meanwhile is like, you know, you pick up something that's secretly full of sharp and pointy little teeth. It's gonna try to bite you.
That's fair.
I'm gonna make a little attack roll again. What would like a bite be? That would be.
Uh,
I just give her like the +1 to strength.
probably.
Here's an attack roll. I keep getting the R. I'm so excited to see bloodshed. I just forget to write it.
Hmm. It seems like it can be treated as an unarmed attack, which is I think the plus strength. Yeah, 3. I think
She
like
can't.
sorry.
I'm imagining she's being held by the ear and she can't actually get enough like Like, she can't jump while being held, so she can't actually latch onto the arm or anything.
That's funny. I was picturing her like biting, but it's totally ineffective because she's just biting solid metal. But not reaching is also a very good picture. She's just like.
You can imagine her swinging just like a little pendulum, just trying to bite and failing like a rabid chihuahua.
Lexy oblivious to the fact that Trick is trying to bite her, just like, well, you're not the kid. What are you doing here?
And now Chick like crosses her arms and looks very unimpressed. It's just like, I'm the new security guard.
Do you want to roll up persuasion? Or, no, a deception?
Yeah. 17?
That's a 2 on insight. I didn't know we were getting a new security guard in tonight. Why didn't you just say that the first time I asked who you were?
Trick, like, her little mouth has fallen open and just sheer surprise that this has somehow worked. And then she, like, fumbles for a second and goes, well, it's a test, with all the crazy things that have been happening. I was supposed to test the animatronics to see how your security reflexes are.
Oh.
Anyway, you passed. Let me go.
Yeah, alright. I guess that checks out. She sets them down.
TrickStitch, despite probably being horribly grimy, just dusts herself off anyway.
It's the principle of the thing. I think, Lexia, she lets go of you, she's like, also brushes her hand off and she's like, why are you sticky?
With all the trouble, they thought maybe someone who could fit in smaller nook and crannies could help, so, I've been in small nook and crannies, and those, who cleans those, right?
Can we do deception versus insight again?
Yes.
On the other hand, you don't have to lie very good to beat a 5. A 6!
6. Barely.
You, just make it- she, squints at you suspiciously. And it's like, so what's your name anyway?
Cheese Malone?
What?
Cheese Malone.
Well, that's a weird name. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Lexi must be unaware of the eggs printing on the roll on the staff.
Maybe she hasn't met him yet. He hasn't been there that long. Or she's going, man, first we have a guy called Eggs, now we have someone called Cheat. What, are they just filling up a whole buffet now with people's names? What's next?
So I was just imagining, like, Trick. Hold on, I have to. Lexi won't even see this, but just because I feel like Trick would do this within my soul, roll Hammer's face and see if Trick can pull out a fake mustache. Yes, she pulls out a fake mustache, slaps it on her little face.
And Lexi being like, "What are you doing now?"
I am twirling my mustache, which I have.
You didn't have an accent a minute ago.
Trick is realizing she might be overplaying her hand, but at this point she thinks that Lexi must be as gullible as anything. So she sort of shrugs and says, "That's just how cheese Malone works, baby."
Okay. She's going to try and grab you again.
That was acrobatics to avoid, right?
Yep.
I keep forgetting the R.
Oh no. Yeah, Trick can see as Lexi sort of like reaches back towards it, and dodge out of the way of her trying to grab them.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
What do you think you're doing? What's
Having fun?
having fun breaking into the PartyPlex?
I work here? I think we just established that.
I'm not sure I believe you anymore.
She kind of contemplates for a second whether it's worth keeping up the ruse or not. Well, I mean, that kind of sounds like a you problem anyway.
I have an idea. Let's go find Officer Bailey and get her to sort this out. After all, if you really do work here, of course she'll recognize you.
She kind of just stares, like, with a wide open eye at Lexi. And then sort of like gets a little devious look and says, "Oh, yeah, sure, lead the way."
I think she's like, how about you lead the way and I'll follow behind and make sure you don't run off again?
Trick's mysterious look false. Okay, sure, why not? Yeah, I totally work here. And she starts leading the way. Not that she actually knows where Bailey is at this current moment, but hey, if they meander long enough, maybe Lexi will get bored and just leave her alone.
Does Trick want to roll survival or history to see if maybe she can figure out where Bailey might be?
Let's do survival. I feel like Trick would be fairly good at, you know,
She has lived here for some
yeah.
years. She probably knows her way around.
Now I will look and see that she has abysmal. Yes, just a 0 to survival. So. But it's 0 to history too, so
Same either
even
way.
playing field. 14.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think like Trick knows a couple of security offices that would be a decent place to check for Officer Bailey.
Yep. Maybe like she leads Lexi to the nearest one. It's like, well, I'm gonna check the cameras for dear Officer Bailey. And like she hops up into a little chair and kind of starts pressing buttons. She's never operated this equipment.
You want to roll it in straight intelligence to see how she does it figuring it out?
Absolutely. She has a 0 to intelligence. She's so smart.
uh, I want to have Lexy roll insight again, perhaps.
Gotta get to the root of this Cheese Malone character.
Yeah, 18. She can hear that, like, this person is, like, hunting and pecking to type, hitting a bunch of buttons at random. And she's like, what, haven't gotten your camera training yet?
But I have tiny hands, okay? And then Trick kind of pauses for a second and just realizes that, hey, Lexi can't see the screen, so Trick could just lie and say that she sees Bailey on it.
She could.
So she kind of like does like a little like, yeah, there she is. She's over in the alligator gulf. I'm gonna roll a deception.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Do you want me to roll a new insight or keep the? Can I keep the
What do you
18?
prefer?
Well, let's see. It's for different things, so.
It could be like with advantage since Lexi is kind of out of this.
It doesn't need to be, it's 13. Uh, so I think Lexi's like, that's odd. Usually Officer Bailey would be in parts and service by this time of night.
She pauses, looks at the blank computer. Like, she hasn't even successfully pulled up the camera system. She's like on some Word document. Um, uh, well, I guess maybe there's something going on in Archie Golf since she's definitely there. There she is. Yep.
Can Lexi try and grab her again?
Yeah.
She is not buying it.
Oh, yeah, 26.
That's a nat 20.
Actually, I don't think there's anything I could roll to beat that, but hey, why not? We can believe in ourselves sometimes.
Let's just see how it goes. A
22,
22.
I mean,
It's not bad, but it doesn't beat it. I feel like Lexi reaches for Trick again. Trick ducks out of the way. What's that? It's Lexi's other hand. She was ready for you this time.
yeah.
And grabs Trick by like the scruff of the neck and is like, look, obviously you don't work here. So just tell me what's going on, okay?
Uh, uh, you
And
actually, if she's grabbing around Trick's ruff, I wonder if she could feel a little bit of a design similarity to someone else.
hmm?
Trick has, a similar, button and floof collar to Harley Quinn.
Oh. I could roll something to see.
I guess perception, but we would know it's touch based.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Perception plus 0. That's a 6.
She does
Yeah.
not get this lore.
She doesn't make this connection. So she's just like, unless you'd rather actually talk to Security Officer Bailey and tell her what's going on.
Well, yeah, oh, okay, hey, you know, There's no need to be rash or anything. It's not like I've hurt anyone. I mean, I tried to throw a pizza at you earlier, but hey,
Is
it's just
that
pizza.
is that what it was? Ugh. It smelled
Yeah, I
awful.
mean, it
Where
was a
did you
pizza
get
that had
that?
been in a dumpster for like probably 7 weeks, but technically still just pizza.
Ugh.
Just imagine the look of disgust on Lucy's face.
Absolutely.
Imagine like the cat no like banana meme.
Why did you have that?
Because I live in the dumpsters, okay?
You do?
Yeah, I mean, you're touching like a year's worth of filth right now.
I mean, I've touched worse, and I don't want you running off to through the rest of the partyplex to what, go back into another dumpster? Ugh.
I feel like the I touched worse is a reference to the glob.
Absolutely it is. I mean, if if you want to roll insight for Trick to possibly get that.
Yeah, let's see. Do you have an insight? Plus 2, okay. 15?
Yeah, I think that's probably enough. She's not trying to be super secretive about this and bringing it up. And yeah, with a 15, there's not a lot of things worse than 1 year's worth of trash in the partyplex, except for all the year's worth of trash, which is the basement garbage pit, which is where Glob lives. So
I think like Chick kind of scoffs at Lexi's words and goes, "Yeesh, what? You've been down to the basement too?"
as a matter of fact, I have. I don't love that. I don't love the fact that you've been down there, but
It wasn't exactly an intentional trip, but I learned that apparently I'm not the only thing living in the garbage. So maybe you should chill out. Apparently, this is just a thing around here.
look, the glob isn't running around the partyplex throwing pizza at people. There's a
I'm sure
difference.
it would if it could. It probably has hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams, sure, but not throwing nasty pizza at people.
You broke through a wall chasing me. I say that was warranted.
It
Just
was just
ignoring the fact that she was here after hours.
it was just a safety barricade, and you were running into a construction area where you could have gotten hurt.
I think Chick kind of just like crosses her arms and just decides to pout angrily. She's just, you can feel the poutiness radiating off of this creature.
uh, so what's your actual name anyway? Because I'm guessing it's not cheese.
What? You doubt me? I have been so honest tonight.
You have been lying about everything.
All right, yeah. My real name is,
And you're going to lie again, aren't you?
yeah, hold on, I'm trying to think of food products. I think she kind of like finally just sighs, gives up, and says, "Okay, my real name is TrickStitch."
Your audio kind of cut out there.
Sorry, yeah, I can tell my connection is trying to die on me. Stay! Stay with us!
Ain't that just
Yeah,
the way?
ain't that just the way? It's kind of funny if in universe when my audio cut out, if instead it was like Trick says her name, then some loud noise playing. But I'll give Lexi that. Trick says my name is TrickStitch.
Alright, TrickStitch. And how long have you been living in the dumpsters?
She just sort of shrugs. I don't feel like that's information you need to know.
You've been secretly living in what is basically my house. I think I deserve to know for how long.
Listen, look at me. You and I both know that there's worse things living in here. Like, have you seen the ice cream clown? That lady's sour.
You were getting like the most deadpan look. Uh Look, Cece might not be the nicest, but she's still not hiding here and sneaking around and throwing trash at people.
Maybe she should. Like, I feel like that would fit her vibe. Might make her happier at least.
We're getting off the subject.
I mean, that's the plan, yeah, so. Has he ever told you you're easily gullible? At this point, Trick's just trying to have fun.
What am I supposed to do with you?
Hey, you know what? Here's a good idea. You could throw me in the trash outside. Promise I won't return ever. And like she puts a hand just in the air because Lexi can't see with her fingers crossed.
um, Forgive me if I don't believe that.
Trick glances between her crossed fingers and Lexi. Yeah, I'll allow it. Tell you what, hey, you're into like competition or whatever, right?
Or whatever. Why?
Yeah. So hey, what if we did like a little competition? And if I win, I get to go back to doing whatever it was I was doing, and if you win, you can, I don't know, keep holding me, I guess.
Look, I do not want to be holding you any more than you want to be held. I just know that the second I put you down, you're going to run off, aren't you?
Yeah, totally.
And you can't keep living in the dumpsters here.
Okay, then buy me a luxury penthouse.
Why is that my problem?
Because you're making it your problem by holding me.
Ugh. Look, when I win, you will leave here and not come back, okay? Find somewhere else to go. Live in the dumpsters there. But this place does not need anything else sneaking around in the shadows right now.
TrickStitch, like, kind of, folds her hands and looks very pensively at Lexi, just thinking of all the additional things lurking in the shadows that she has no idea about.
It's too many. monsters lurking in the shadows at my pizzeria? It's more likely than you think.
Every chick just is like, technically she would be lying again if she agreed to these terms. She ain't leaving. Well, Lexy doesn't necessarily know that yet. So, yeah, sure, why not? Oh, dumpsters are dumpsters. I can survive at some other pizzeria.
And Lexi nods, and she's like, all right, what did you have in mind?
Well, she sort of like has her hands together. I was thinking maybe we could do like I don't know, like if like do you run? Like what do you do? Like you were the racer, now what?
Ooh. Does Trick want to roll insight?
Dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20. Trick could very obviously tell that she's touched on a nerve there, and this is like something that bothers Lexi is not being uh a race car driver anymore and not knowing what else how else to define herself. So congratulations, you found the wolf's insecurity.
The trick in the back of her mind thinks, if I was the worst person, I would use this to my advantage. But she's not that bad. So she kind of thinks for a second and goes, well, it has to be something that at least wouldn't super rely on sight.
Oh, so you've been here long enough to know about that then.
Yeah. I mean, I've been around. uh, so. I mean,
Fine.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is, like, whack-a-mole.
We can have a race.
Oh? Yeah, I guess if we
Sure.
do, like, a straight stretch, then you wouldn't have to worry about running into anything.
I know this place pretty well by now.
Right, so, let's just pick hallway, I guess.
Yeah. Uh, and probably one where there won't be a ton of traffic, so not in the atrium. I think maybe she does take you to like a staff hallway, cause they gotta be accessible. Uh, although we've put boxes in those before, so. Hmm.
I think the boxes tend to just be, like, around the edges.
Yeah, so running down the middle should be fine. Yeah, let's do a straight stretch of staff tunnel hallway.
Yeah. And
Uh,
I guess we'll just both roll, athletics.
uh, sure. Lexi also has expeditious retreat, which she is planning on using.
Hold on, wait, does Trick have that? It would be hilarious if they both just use it at the same time. Yeah, Trick also has expeditious retreat.
They will both be using expeditious retreat, which I think Trick's normal speed is 30 feet, right?
Uh, yes.
Which Lexi's is as well. So yes, they will roll athletics. So
Like, this face will be like a blink and a miss it sort of thing.
hmm?
It's like they both line up at the end of the hall and kind of crouch into runner stances.
Well, first I think Lexi's like, if you run off and scurry off and hide somewhere, you forfeit, and the next time I find you, you're getting kicked out. And I'm going
Okay,
to
good
tell
to
all the
know.
guards to look for you. So.
Great to know. Okay, great, yeah.
And then she sets Trick down.
Trick once again, and loudly, just so Lexy can hear it, dusts herself off.
You said yourself you have a year's worth of dumpster grime on you. What is that accomplishing?
Trick's reply was spite.
Ah! Lexi just kind of glares at you.
And Trick just shrugs and, kind of lines up. So I guess we both run to the end of that hall on the count of 3.
Sounds good.
1, 2. I have to look back up for athletics. Okay, 3. And I imagine they both burst forward in that puff of coon smoke.
Dust cloud. Trick's dust cloud is significantly bigger because of all the grime. Both of them using expeditious retreat to haul down the hallway as fast as they can, but Trick is Trick's what, like 3 feet tall?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Basically, Lexy has the natural advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lexi's legs are longer than Trick's entire body. She is
and I
taking
imagine
much
Trick is
longer
just in
steps.
her little plushie form, so that's only 2'6", not counting her ears.
My gosh.
Very puntable in size.
What if, what if while they're running, Lexi accidentally kicks her though?
Oh my god! What if Lexi accidentally kicks her and kind of sends her rocketing over the finish line first?
Just she smacks into the wall with a little oof.
Oof. She stands up and looks and goes, I made it first!
That doesn't count!
I think it does.
You did not run all that way.
You have no proof?
I mean, if you really want proof, we can go check this. We can go have someone check the security cameras for us. But something tells me that's not what you want either.
Actually, I think let's have that security clown Harley Quinette check him.
Oh? And why Harlequinette?
They seem so friendly.
Friendly. Harlequinette.
Yeah.
You think they're going to overlook the fact that you've been trespassing for God knows how long in order to referee this for us?
Yeah.
Well, by all means, let's go ask Harlequinette then.
Great. Yeah, let's go. And Trick is questioning her own decisions here, but she has faith that Harley Quinette will somehow figure out a way to get her out of this. Worst case scenario, Harley Quinette will be like, oh no, an intruder, and toss her to the curb so she can just scurry back into the dumpsters.
Meanwhile, Lexi, walking along behind, being like, suspicious.
Suspicious. So yeah, I say they get to the prize corner. And, Harley Quinnet's box is there and there's some music playing, so you know they're in.
Lexy gently knocking on the box.
Like, you hear, like, a little bit of shuffling, and then the lid creaks open and Harley Quinnet peeks out. Hello?
Hey Harlequinette.
Oh.
So this is TrickStitch, and
And, like, I think you can see, like, Harley Quinnet eyes drift, and they have to, like, get up out of their box to look down.
well, she
And
can't,
Lexi
but
cannot see the
yeah.
expressions going on, but Trick kind of, like, shrugs, while Harley Quinnet just, like, mouth wide open is like, what the hell, man?
So we had a deal that they would leave if I beat them in a race, and they're insisting they won. So, and that someone should check the cameras to see who won fair and square.
Ah, I see. You want a neutral third party, which I am. Huh. Just like looking dead on at TrickStitch.
I'm picturing TrickStitch like having the guiltiest little "Hey Harley Quinnet" look on their face.
Yeah. Harley Quinnet just sort of like nods and like looks to Lexi and kind of like enters a casual persona. It's like, okay, this seems a bit odd, but I suppose for the sake of fairness, I can look it over. But frankly, I think you've dealt with this little rugrat long enough. And they step out of their box and like they kind of gesture for TrickStitch to play along, and that TrickStitch should put up a protest as Polyquinette reaches down to grab them by their ear. Hey, oh hey, that's not fair.
You're the one who wanted to go to one of the security bots about it. What did you think was going to happen?
I thought they would look over the tape and I could skitter away while you guys were distracted.
Of course you did.
Polyquinette just sort of like has to stifle a laugh and
I.
they're like, oh.
Oh, you can finish your sentence.
Yeah. They reach out and put a hand on Lexi's shoulder and says, I'm sorry you had to deal with this tonight. You
Can
seem to
Lexi.
get an awful lot of young intruders.
Can Lexi roll insight?
Sure.
Oh my god, that's the nat 1! She is buying it!
Quinette is very trustworthy and a good friend.
Yeah, I think she's like, well, apparently they've been here for a while, so can you find a way to make sure that they stay out this time? I can't imagine this is the first time someone's caught them and thrown them out.
Like Harley Quinette kind of like, rubs her chin, nods. Try. Someone so small it might be hard to keep them out, but I'll certainly do my best. And I'll check over that footage as well.
I mean, the footage doesn't really matter as long as, they're out of here, so.
Blind. What? They kind of like look between Lexi and TrickStitch, and you can kind of hear their hat jingle to indicate that. They just shrug then and like, I suppose this is what my night will be. You get some rest. I'm sorry you had to deal with this again. This is the job of security bots.
Aw. Well, as long as it's dealt with, it's fine. Good luck, Harlequinette.
Thank you, Lexi. Have a good night.
You as well.
And you just hear TrickStitch blow a raspberry.
Lexi blows a raspberry back.
And Harley Quinn can't quite hide their laughter this time as they walk away with TrickStitch. Yeah, so I think the wrap up is just that Harley Quinn enters the security room with TrickStitch, turns on the camera just because they want to see what shenanigans TrickStitch got up to. Actually, they pull out a bag of popcorn and put it between them.
Okay, I have a thought for the for an epilogue on top of this.
Yeah?
And if you don't like it, we'll cut it out of the recording and no one will ever know. Uh, so Harlequinette and TrickStitch are watching over the footage of, uh, Lexy chasing after TrickStitch and then bringing them into the staff hallways and accidentally kick them, all that stuff. And in another security room, there's another security guard watching a camera feed of of you know, uh Harlequinette and TrickStitch leaving the prize corner and going into their own security office. Uh and that guard is of course no one other than Eggs Florentine, who's just like, I mean, you can't really see his expression because of the mask, but it's, oh god, this shit again.
Excellent. Excellent.
Excellent.
Well, I think that's the perfect point to stop on.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for playing with me, and thank you everyone who decides to listen in.
Yeah, thank you. This was fun.